BankBazaar.com, India's first online marketplace that gives instant customized rate quotes on loans, credit cards and insurance products, is raising some serious cash. Yesterday, it announced that it raised just under 400 crores in a funding round led by Amazon. So what's making this online platform an investment magnet and what's their growth mantra? We've got Adil Shetty, the brains behind the business, joining us in studio today. Adil, thanks so much for being with us. So tell us, this is congratulations, a mega round of funding. This isn't your first round, but it is the biggest and a very big deal, of course, so signifying the kind of growth potential that is in this space. Take us through a little bit in terms of the kind of plans you have, where you're planning to use this, and how the company's really evolved in the last couple of years.
Sure, I'll do that. So I think this deal is interesting because it's the largest of its kind in online financial services in India.
Okay.
It's also very interesting because, we partnered with Amazon, wherein they've taken a minority stake in the company. And also interestingly, we had, 4 other investors co-invest in the round. So we had Fidelity Growth Partners, we had Moose Partners, and we had our existing incumbents, Sequoia and Walden. So the journey actually started 7 years ago. I think 2 big watershed events in our growth, right, where when Sequoia came in at our Series B. So that was a $13 million round which happened in December 2013. And a couple of years before that, Walden International had invested in us. So it's been 3 rounds of growth. I think that this is again a validation for the potential of online finance in India. We live in a market wherein there is tremendous amounts of data. There's eKYC, there's Aadhaar. And the opportunity is really that, we can leapfrog what has happened in the Western world by essentially using these advanced capabilities to deliver instant mobile-based financial transactions. So I think what all of these investors are interested in, right, is how can we leverage the kind of data sets that are available in India, deliver products wherein you could be in any corner of the country, but as long as you have a mobile phone and you have a mobile app, right, that you're good to go. And BankBazaar's value proposition, which is powerful, right, is you have a mobile app and literally there are 25 financial institutions on that mobile phone. So there's no need to individually contact, individually negotiate. You have one mobile phone and you're as good, right, as, the most well-informed corporate honcho out there, which is the value proposition we're looking to deliver.
What's getting me really excited reading about this funding is the names that are actually attached to it, and Amazon being one of the larger names that already has a presence. Any synergies out here that we could possibly see in the near future?
So, obviously Amazon is the world's largest e-commerce company, and they have seen BankBazaar as the Indian leader in financial services. I think that there will be synergies in future, but we'll need to leverage them over time to deliver value to the customer. I think they'll play out over time.
Adil, tell us a little bit about your story as well, the kind of growth that we've seen, particularly the last 2 years, leaps and bounds, investment rounds coming in and so forth. What is it about BankBazaar that differentiates it from some of the other service providers in the space?
Right. So I think one is the market is ready now. So typically what happens in most markets, right, is while e-commerce starts, travel starts, right, financial services also starts going online. The beauty of financial services, right, is there's no physical asset. So it's very inventory light. We're essentially helping move money from point A to point B using technology platforms. Our USP, right, is we've always viewed this as an innovation platform, saying how can you do this while securely verifying identity, eKYC, and ensuring that the transaction is automated. I think the difference between us and competition, or what's happening in a lot of other countries, right, is that we're not a classified listing service. So I'm not telling you that, hey, give me your phone number and I'll call you up and I'll ask you if you want a car loan, or I'll call you up and I'll send someone to do something. What we're saying is you open your mobile app, there are 25 institutions out there, you don't have to tell us who you are, it's extremely secure, but you can still browse to what is a customized rate quote on your car loan, on your home loan, on your credit card, and if you so choose, you can initiate the application online and we will handhold you end-to-end in the entire transaction. So I think our differentiation has always been, we don't see this as a marketing game saying advertise, get phone numbers, but we see it as how can I give you a service, right, that's better than a brick and mortar service.
Fantastic.
The other interesting bit that I've actually seen on your website as well, I was just browsing through it over the last couple of days as well. The interesting bit out here is you've got some offers going on as well, and one of the unique features that I actually saw on your website is you've got some kind of a flash sale that's taking place for credit cards. That's totally unheard of.
Just Priyank to notice that, right? Of all the things.
Right. So I think we're bringing the shopping experience to finance, right? So you generally think of e-commerce or shopping as very dynamic, sales happening, special products being on offer, while we think of finance as more sober, more straight-jacketed, right? So what we're trying to do is bringing the shopping experience to finance. So we introduced a flash sale. So the concept of the flash sale is for a period of a week, right? We will introduce offers which are flash offers, which are great offers in the market, be it on your credit card or your home loan or your personal loan. And the market is responding very well, right? So we typically see that during a flash sale week, business is really booming compared to either before or after the flash sale week. So I think it's a new innovation that we launched for the first time and it's working well. Another thing we're trying to do, right, is customer reviews. We have over 50,000 customer reviews on the site. So you can actually see for your bank, for your city, for your product, what are people saying, what are your friends saying if you're logged in via your social handle. So we're trying to bring that experience that you use in travel or you use in shopping. We're trying to bring the exact same experience and say that, hey, finance, right, should be as pleasurable as what your shopping experience is.
So, Adil, share with us a couple of learnings, both in terms of the financial space and the kind of patterns you've noticed over time, and also as an entrepreneur and given your own growth story. Share with us some learnings from that.
Okay, so I think, we work very closely with our partners. I think the banks are very, very aggressive when it comes to technology today. And they're betting that, this is the way that we're going to interact with the consumer. So one thing that's worked very well, right, is just working hand in glove with all of our banking partners and financial institutions to make sure that the right product is delivered to the consumer. So I think that's worked very well for us. I think we've been through different stages of growth, right? So we've seen the angel funding, we've seen the Series A, Series B, Series C. And what we've realized, right, is each stage is a validation for my team, right, that Bank Bazaar is doing the right thing. But it's also a big responsibility for us, right? Because the investor comes in assuming that they're going to get a significant return from the investment. So what my team feels, right? Yes, it's validation. Yes, we're very excited. But we also believe that, hey, this is a tremendous responsibility wherein we represent ourselves and the ecosystem, and it's up to us to manage that money well to make sure that the returns come for the people, right, who put in this investment.
Interestingly, so since we're talking about the entire startup space and the e-commerce space out there, we've seen SEBI also take notice of that. They've come up with some new rules as well. Just for somebody who's been related to the financial space in that entire internet basket, what do you make of it?
Right. So one, I think it's super exciting, right, that SEBI is actually recognized, right, that startups are looking to list and created an alternate platform for them to come online. If you look at the rules themselves, right, they're all movements in the right direction for startups, right? So lower disclosure norms, more flexibility in how the funds will be allocated, less rules around how things will be priced, faster time to action for various events that are required as part of the fundraise. So overall, I think it's a fantastic attempt to move in the right direction, right? I think only time will tell when actually users start using it and we start seeing IPOs on the platform as to how successful it has been. But I think overall, right, we're excited to see that, and it just gives us, another opportunity to say that, when we want to go public, here's an opportunity in India to do it easily.
So he is planning on going public at some point. All right, Adil, we're going to keep that in mind, but we've just got about a minute left to go. So just very quickly, if you had to leave us with the 3 top priorities for growth going forward, your agenda, just very quickly in a minute.
Okay, actually there are 2, so I'll focus on those 2. So I think that we're seeing tremendous usage on mobile. 40% of our visitors are actually coming on mobile. We have about 4 million visitors who come on a monthly basis. So big investment in terms of delivering all financial institutions, all products on your phone. We want to be your personal finance companion. So it doesn't matter your life stage. You could be a 20-year-old who's looking for a car, a 30-year-old who's looking for a home, a 40-year-old who's looking to save or to invest. We want to be your personal finance companion who securely manages all of your data to give you the right option. Secondly, right, India is on the cusp of paperless financial transactions. We have eKYC, we have Aadhaar, we have the best banks in the world focused on delivering paperless. We believe that reach out at democratization of finance, right, is not about putting up a branch in every village or a branch in every city. Everyone has a mobile phone. All we need to do, right, is that mobile app can deliver paperless using Aadhaar, using KYC. So the second investment, right, is to deliver paperless, and we're working very, very closely with our banking partners in order to do that.
All right, Adil, thank you so much for joining us and sharing with us all the excitement at bankbazaar.com. That's all from us on Deal Street this afternoon, but interesting takeaways there, Priyank.
Interesting. One more M&A activity or rather deal happening as far as the e-commerce space is concerned. Watch out for Bank Bazaar going forward as well. That's a wrap on Deal Street, but stay tuned. More news and updates coming up after this break.